you're wondering, I did this by myself. Yes, I had to walk up and down about 3 times, set up the tripod, go back. But hey, it's all for the vlog, right? Good morning. Catching the sunrise here from Ocean Suites Bohol. Been staying here a couple weeks. I still don't have power at my house and I need to do some work, so I've been staying here. It's been really awesome. But today, I do want to show you around the hotel, but why don't we save that for the afternoon? This morning, we're going to do a DIY countryside tour. So we're going to head out to the Chocolate Hills and also Tarsiers and Loboc. I don't even know what's really open since the typhoon, so this is us going to check out exactly what you can do if you do decide to come here to Bohol. For now though, I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna jump on the bike and head straight out to the Chocolate Hills. Here's a quick driving time lapse going to the man-made forest. Feel free to skip using the timestamps below.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down.
All right, we made it to the man-made forest. I was really curious to see what was happening here. Obviously, all these big trees and all the wind. I didn't know if everything survived or what had happened. So it's really cool to see that everything is looking good. I know that some trees had fallen down, but for the most part, everything seems to be okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break. I needed 5 minutes just to stretch my legs. And for the time check, I believe we're at about 8:05, 8:07, something like that. So that was about an hour drive. For those of you that were interested, I am probably going to leave the time lapse from the drive from Tagbilaran all the way to here, just so you can get an idea of what the roads are like. Maybe it'll be your first time and you want to do a DIY trip and take your motorbike, rent a motorbike for the day and come up here to the Chocolate Hills and to do all this stuff. So this will give you a good idea of what the roads are like and how long it'll take.
Not to hold me down, feel alive.
All right, it's 8:28. We're back on the road. I think it's probably about another half an hour or so till we get there. But that was a fun little stop. I figure a 20-minute break, that's it's about average for what most people will probably want to do if you're here, you want to take some pictures. Yeah, take your time on these tours too. Don't rush it. It's a fun little spot to take a photo or two. Just be mindful of all the traffic when you're driving through. Okay, see you in a little bit when we get to the Chocolate Hills. Wanted to make a quick pit stop. I'm about halfway, just traveling through Bilar, but this place is really cool. It's mostly just a really straight line, so I didn't really do much filming, but I did want to stop and give you a little bit of an idea what you'll see along the way. Morning. All right, so we made it to the Chocolate Hills. I'm all checked in. It's about 9:20 right now, so it took me almost an hour, but I did stop. I flew the drone. So when you arrive, there is going to be a 50 peso entrance fee. You're also going to need to check in and pay your bill right behind me. And after that, we're going to walk the stairs. Time to get some exercise. Let's do this. Oh, and if you need, we also have restrooms. So don't worry, after a long trip, if you need to use the CR, no problem. "200 steps later, totally worth the view." One really cool thing about coming here right now, if you do plan to come to Bohol, is that there's not very many other tourists. So you will be able to get a nice spot to get a selfie just like this. All right, back down the stairs. So that's a really awesome 360 view, but right here by the parking lot, I want to show you one other spot where I really like to take photos, especially selfies. If you're here with a group or you're here with your family, it's a great spot, and it's right at the bottom. Especially if you have somebody that doesn't want to brave the stairs, they can still get a good photo down here. So the other spot, right where the parking area is, check out this view. Not quite the 360 that you have on the top, but still pretty awesome. Okay, time check. It's 10 after 10, so it's been about 3 hours since we left Tagbilaran. I'm getting a little bit hungry, but I do want to stop at the Tarsiers first on the way back, and then see if we can grab lunch in Loboc. So we made it to the Bohol Tarsier Conservation Area. I'm not sure if there's any Tarsiers, that's why I'm here. I wanted to check it out so that way I could tell you guys. But one thing to note, there are two different Tarsier places. This is the one in Bilar. There's another one in Karelia. This one, I believe, and I'm sure it's not a secret, is a for-profit. The other one is a non-profit. I don't know if that affects your decision on whether or not to come, but I just wanted to put that out there. That's your decision. Why don't we head in, see how much it is, see if we can find any Tarsiers. So one thing about being in the Tarsier area, best to be quiet. Tarsiers are nocturnal, so they do all of their hunting and foraging around at night. During the day, it's their time to sleep, so if you do come, please be quiet. Let's see if we can find a Tarsier. So the first Tarsier we saw was only 1 year old. This one is 7 years old. So how many Tarsiers left?
We have more than 100, sir, but mostly inside the breeding area.
But just for the viewing, it's 4.
4 only.
4. Do you know if you lost any in the typhoon?
No.
No. The trees mostly stayed. That's good.
Typhoon, they hide under
Oh,
the big rocks.
Oh, they go down.
They go down.
Ah, okay. All right, that was a nice little pit stop. Good to see that the Tarsiers are alive and well. I'm not sure if you heard what he was saying there, but I guess when the typhoon came or when there's big storms, what the Tarsiers do is they go down into underneath some big rocks, and that's where they take shelter. So it sounds like a lot of them have survived, which is awesome to hear. So the entrance fee is 100 pesos per person, 90 if you're a student, 80 if you are senior, and 5 and below is free. Well, I'm getting pretty hungry now. Time is 10:52. It's about 4 hours since we left Tagbilaran. So let's go to Loboc and have something to eat. So one quick stop along the way. One thing that you won't be able to do on your countryside tour, unfortunately, is the twin hanging bamboo bridge. It's no longer here. It's quite too bad. I'm sure that soon they'll be able to, maybe not soon, but at some point they will definitely rebuild. It does connect 2 different barangays together, and that's how they get to the main road. So I'm sure that at some point it'll come back, but for now, unfortunately, can't do this on your next trip to Bohol. And we made it to Loboc. So the river is looking a lot better than it used to be. Obviously, the sediment and thing is clearing up, which is good. A lot of the trees, a lot of things are getting cleaned up. Unfortunately, most of the resorts are still closed. I think the lunch riverboat I'm pretty sure it's still closed as well. That's gonna need a little time because a lot of the boats either sunk or had damage. But it's time to find lunch. Normally, I'd come here to the Fox and the Firefly for lunch, but since that's not an option, I'm here at Vanilla's Kitchen at the Loboc River Resort. I'm just noticing that there used to be a hanging bridge here too, which was really high. Basically what happened with this one and all the other hanging bridges that were around is that the water was so high that it was basically covering the bridges, and then all the big trees and debris that came through just came through and wiped it out. So really unfortunate. Luckily around here it looks not too bad. They are doing some renovation, and it looks like they're going to be replacing some of the roofing with their Nipa roofs, but it is open. They just said that you can do the kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding if you want to come and check that out. But for now, I'm just going to take a rest. It's been a lot of driving, a lot of walking around in the sun. I'm going to have a buko juice and just relax. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Enjoy your drink. Recommended to try this fried kangkong. It's pretty good, especially if you like chips. Our day's almost done, but stick around to the end of the video. We're still going to head back to Ocean Suites, and once we get there, I want to do a little sort of a Q&A of some of the questions that I get about the countryside tour. For now, I just want to relax here. I showed you a little clip of Fox and the Firefly. It's really amazing to see how much work they've done. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll be ready to open until maybe like April or May. I think April is the hopeful date. But if you look at these pictures or some of the videos from before, you can see how much mud there was. There's literally like 1 or 2 feet of mud in a lot of areas. It was through a lot of the rooms, but slowly but surely they're making progress. They're planting new plants. There's grass coming in, and they're getting everything cleaned up. So fingers crossed we'll be able to go back there soon enough. We'll go do a stand-up paddle and enjoy Fox and the Firefly like we used to know it. For now, I'm just gonna finish this off and then I'll meet you back at Ocean Suite. All right, time check, it's 12:48. We're just leaving Loboc River Resort. Next stop, Ocean Suite. All right, so final time check. It's 1:20. We're back here at the hotel. We're here at Ocean Suite. Why don't we take a little walk around and then hit the pool? So we're here at the first pool. There are two pools here. We're at the first one. First question is, how long does the countryside tour take? Well, today we started at 7 a.m. We just got back at 1:20, so let's call it 7.5 hours. And we didn't do everything. Obviously, there's a lot of things to do, but I'd say 7.5 to 8 hours is pretty average. So this is also the restaurant area. Pretty cool. I used to come here a lot actually just for using the internet and working during the day. Obviously now I've been staying here, so I've been working from my room, but this is a great place if you are working and you want to still have really good internet. They have a generator on all the time if there is a brownout, so you're always connected. And we're at the second pool. So second question I get about the countryside tour is, what else can we do? I would definitely recommend going ATVing. There's a place called Graham ATV. There's also one called, I think it's called Solterra. The Graham ATV one is pretty cool because you get to ATV to a chocolate hill called Buragta. That's a really cool viewpoint, which you could drive to yourself as well. But you get to walk up the stairs. You're on your own little chocolate hill overlooking a rice field, which is pretty awesome. There's also Pangas Falls, which is not too far away if you want to go take a dip, if you have time for that. There is a zip line. Can't remember the name of the complex at the moment. I'll probably put it here on the screen, but you can definitely go there if you like heights and you like that sort of adrenaline rush. I'm not sure if it's open at the moment. I'd have to double check on that. And on your way back, you could also stop in the Bilar Eco Forest. You can do a little walk through the man-made forest, which is kind of neat. Other than that, you can stop in Loboc. There is the Loboc and Loai also have the lunch floating restaurants, which is kind of neat. Definitely check that out. You'll have to see which ones are open. At the moment, I'm not really sure. And then on your way back, you can also stop at the Baclayan Church, take a look around there, and then walk out to the pier overlooking the ocean. And finally, the third question that I get quite often is, how much does it cost? And that's going to range depending if you want to rent your own bike or if you want to have a car and driver. So you're looking at about $300 to $500 for a bike, depending on if you're just getting it for one day or if you're getting a week long. And then you're also looking at a car is going to be from $2,500 to $3,500, and that includes the driver and gas. Both ways, you're probably going to have to pay your own entrance fees. So that's 50 pesos per person for the Chocolate Hills and 100 pesos for the Tarsiers. Plus, you're going to cover your own food. So that's the range that is going to be for the cost, depending on how many people you have. All right, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. Thanks. Have an awesome day. Bye.